Cancel advisory, explicit content, and mature audience only.
It's fucked up. It's my right to insist that he acknowledge my existence, but he just displays complete lack of respect. And now he's acting like a bully, so he tries to push and pull me, but he knows that he can't fool me, so he's mad. He has no choice but to scream and raise his voice up at me, cause it annoys him to see that I ain't scared. You ain't no motherfucking bully, and I ain't bowing to no motherfucking bully. I won't allow it, ain't gon' cower to no bully. I'll be damned if I don't stand up to a bully.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Obviously, I'm going to be giving you some inside information on what colleges you should avoid, what university you should go after, and etc. Especially, I know Toronto itself has a lot of international students, and if you're international students, if you're listening to this before you come here, obviously you know that you're not going to spend pocket change. You're going to spend a lot of money, especially if you're coming from a second or third world country where dollar and euro is not used, so your currency is going to be much higher from your end. It's going to be a lot more money for you. So I want to save you a little bit of a hassle. I went to a couple different colleges here, and my experience was overall negative. Mostly there was very little positive return, if you want to say it. But I'm gonna try, if you have to come here, if you want to really study, I'm gonna really tell you which colleges you should by all means avoid, and by all means, even if they don't have the program you want, even if they have the program you want, don't go to these colleges. You're gonna save yourself a lot of headaches, and you're gonna save yourself a lot of getting a lot of frustration and a lot of stuff like that. So without further ado, I'm gonna get to it. If you are thinking about different colleges, number one, you should the king of colleges you should avoid is Seneca College. It doesn't matter which location it is, avoid Seneca College. Now, why do I say avoid Seneca College? Because they put you through hell just for registration. Then their staff that works there are unbelievably psychos. I mean, this whole GTA itself, people are like that. But even as a college where you are paying, you shouldn't expect to get treated like shit. But there are a lot of staff members there that push around people. I think there's a lot of international students who come here who are afraid because of the visa, so they don't have the citizens right here. Even the citizens here that go to school are so pussified that they just take a lot of shit, which is obvious. Because I don't take shit from nobody, and I stand up for myself. I record them, I put full report. But the problem is, it's one man's army in the college, so it's constantly doesn't work well for a person who's gonna stand tall. So if you think oh, it's not a problem, just the staff, the problem just only begins. I just told you they're only the first layer of the onion. And when I say they're rude, I'm telling you they're not just a little bit unpolite, they're unbelievably rude. If you think New York people are rude, Toronto is 500 times worse, but being under the cover. So they're in denial about it. They're not gonna come in your face, but as you start living here, you're gonna put the two and two together. And then that's only the beginning. And what happens when you go to school, professors are very lazy. They don't respond to your emails. They actually work against you, a lot of them. They try to fail you, and they're very angry when you ask them questions. They're very hostile, most of them anyways. This is generally not every single professor. There's some that are good ones, but mostly are not. And what happens, the programs that I would take, professors don't communicate with one another, and they don't tell you a lot of stuff. They don't tell you about what's going to happen. It's a lot of surprises in your program that you find out as you gradually get closer to the end. And it's just very terrible system of the Seneca College itself. Ontario's government, the Ontario's Commissioner of University should actually withdraw their funds from Seneca because of the way they run the system, if I was them. And they don't have a proper metro system. That's not the school's fault. That's the obviously the metro system, the Toronto metro system. But either way, the location where it's put, if you're going to take transit, you're not going to get there well. If you are driving, there's almost no parking. Everything's extremely expensive. And like I mentioned, the professor's the other issue is they don't respond to your emails. So if you have a question or problem with your homework, assignment, or whatever, and you email them, don't expect a reply. They'll never reply to you. And if you think you have enough, and then you're getting frustrated and you think you want to do something, as soon as you start sending an email to the dean or the chair and stuff, what they do is they take your email and copy paste it and send it to every staff and faculty in the whole school and all the campuses. So what happens is they'll try their best to make you look like a black sheep. That's my experience. The second one is Humber. Humber is very similar to Seneca also, and very poorly designed. Their standards are low, and etc. And Centennial, it's kind of a ghetto college. By all means, I would really avoid that. They're not much recognized. If you want to go into handy stuff with like buffering cars and stuff like that, it's not a bad program, but it's very on the low end. I wouldn't really recommend to invest in that. So what's left? Main college, the only one I had, I'm not telling you 100% positive, what's it called? It's not 100% either, but the best college I found out in Toronto, be honest, is George Brown. George Brown College seems to be the far the best college I went to. They're not amazing, but a lot of the colleges that I went in Toronto, this takes the champ, it takes the medal, or I should say the gold. Professors respond to you with not more than 24 hours. The registration process is a lot more lenient, and professors don't have this anger management. Most staff treat you with 50% at least they're okay. So you could avoid a lot of means by what I just told you. I hope this was helpful. If you want to think of universities, I would not really recommend U of T, and honestly there's not that many universities for you to choose from, so you're gonna have to sort of settle with one. There's York and University U of T, and really both of them kind of suck, but York is a little bit better. That's the best thing I could tell you about universities. Colleges, like I told you, go with George Brown, save yourself a headache. Avoid Seneca by all means. I'm telling you, don't go to Seneca. And I even looked at Yelp, there was only 1 or 2 comments that was like, don't go to this college. This shows you how fearful people are. You don't have to take my word for it and find out the hard way if you like, but I'm telling you, Seneca people have a little bit of mental issues, especially professors. I don't know, they expect too much. They don't have almost a connection in reality. They use technical forms and technical terms, excuse me, I should rather say technical terms to teach you right at the beginning. They think their level of bachelor's, master's degree, it's the same as someone who's starting to take a diploma or just a regular degree right from the first semester from the scratch. They're sort of stupid, alright? Anyways, so hopefully this was helpful. Let me know your comments below if you were deciding what your options and stuff like that. I'll do my best to help you. Anyways, this video was just trying to save a lot of people from the headaches that I noticed a lot of pussyfied people who are too afraid to speak up. Take care.
And now he's acting like a bully, so he tries to push and pull me, but he knows that he can't fool me, so he's mad. He has no choice but to scream and raise his voice up at me, cause it annoys him to see that I ain't scared. You ain't no motherfucking bully, 9 pounds to no motherfucking bully. I won't allow it, ain't gon' cower to no bully.